filled the room with silent air, pretending not to notice there were words we buried in between, the truth we never let be seen. You'd look at me, I'd look away. We learned too much to stay the same, and every pause became a wall, too heavy for us both to call. It wasn't what we said out loud, it was everything we allowed. It's the weight of what we didn't say that pulled us slowly far away. Every truth we left unsaid still echoes in my head. We didn't break with sound or fight, just lost each other in the night. It's the weight of what we didn't say that made you fade. I wonder if you feel it too, the things I never got to you, the questions hanging in the dark, the places love forgot its spark. We stood so close but couldn't reach, the words we never learned to speak, and now they live inside the space you used to call your place. If silence had a sharper blade, we both would have been saved. It's the weight of what we didn't say that turned our ever into gray. All the feelings left inside with nowhere left to hide. We watched it crumble brick by brick, without a sound, without a fix. It's the weight of what we didn't say that broke us this way. Maybe love needs open doors, not locked inside what we ignore. Maybe we were too afraid to say the things that could have stayed, and now I hear it in my chest, the words we never confessed. It's the weight of what we didn't say that still won't let my heart decay. It lingers like a ghost in me of what we used to know. Goodbye, no final line, just the heaviness of time. It's the weight of what we didn't say that never went away, and I carry it alone in every breath I own. The air turned cold the day you left, like the world forgot how to catch its breath. Your footsteps faded down the street, but the silence stayed here with me. Even the silence stayed here with me. Even the sun don't shine the same since you walked away. This is what winter feels like. This is what winter feels like, when you're not holding me tight. Every memory turns to ice in the middle of the night. I wear you by like a coat I can't take off. Cold love breaking me soft. If this is what forever ends like, this is what winter feels like. The window cries with frozen rain, like it understands my pain. I talk to shadows on the wall, but none of them answer at all. I light a fire just to feel something real. This is what winter feels like, when you're not holding me tight. Every memory turns to ice in the middle of the night. I wear you by like a coat I can't take off. Cold love breaking me soft. If this is what forever ends like, this is what winter feels like. You were my summer, my only light. Now I'm just surviving the night. find me whole, but I know it won't replace your soul. Still I'll survive somehow. This is what winter feels like now. We built a love out of fragile thread. Every promise we ever said now lies in pieces on the floor, like we don't exist anymore. You turn away, I stay behind. Two hearts out of the same design. Now we're torn apart, no turning back. Lost in every word we lack. What we had don't feel the same. Just echoes calling out your name into the space between we are. And all that's left of who we start is being torn apart. Your side of bed stays cold and still, like it's forgetting how to feel. I trace your ghost in empty light, through every broken sleepless night. Through every broken sleepless night. We try to speak but nothing lands, just shattered love and trembling hands. Now we're torn apart, no turning back. Lost in every word we lack. What we had don't feel the same. Just echoes calling out your name into the space between we are. And all that's left of who we start is being torn apart. Did we break slow or break too fast? Was there ever meant to last? I keep replaying what went wrong in every line of every song. If love survives, why does it bleed? Why does it leave what we don't need? Why does it leave what we don't need? We're torn apart, no way to stay, holding on to yesterday. Every memory pulls apart. I call your name into the dark, but silence leaves its final mark. And now I know what we became, just torn apart. So I let the pieces fall where they are, and learn to live with ebb too hard. We carved our names and promises we swore would never fade. Built a home and fragile dreams we were too sure we made. Now the walls are cracked with echoes of words we can't defend, and every piece of forever. And every piece of forever met a quiet end. You held my hand like time would never move. Now time's the only thing that's pulling me from you. Traces of a broken vow, faded lines of love that we don't speak about now. We were fire once, burning truth somehow. Now it's ashes falling down. I'm still standing in the wreckage we allowed, holding on to pieces I don't know how to let go of what we can't undo somehow. Just traces of a broken vow. Voice still lingers in the silence of my room, like a melody that lost its tune too soon. I replay every moment like it might explain how something so alive couldn't explain something so alive could end in pain. You turned away before I saw the sign that love was already leaving us behind. All that's left are traces of a broken vow, faded lines of love, what we don't speak about now. We were fire once, burning true somehow. Now it's ashes falling down. I'm still standing in the wreckage we allowed, holding on to pieces. I don't know how to let go of what we can't undo somehow. Just traces of a broken vow. Did forever ever mean the same to you? Or was it just a word you said to get me through? I built my world on it's a little deeper now. We were everything we swore we burned now. We were everything we swore we never doubt. I'm still calling out your name into the crowd, hoping somehow you'd still hear me out. But love don't answer when it's not around, just traces of a broken vow. And if you ever think of what we used to be, know a part of you still lives in me. We didn't shatter like glass on the floor, no screaming match, no slam door. Just a quiet shift in how we spoke, like love turned fragile, then broke. You started saying I'm just tired more. I started closing every open door, until the space between our hands became a place I couldn't stand. No thunder came, no warning sign, just two hearts out of time. We broke without a sound, just a slow and silent fall, where we stopped feeling at all. No crash, no final fight. We didn't scream, we didn't shout. We broke without a sound. We still shared a bed, still shared a name, but nothing ever felt the same. Like living in a house of smoke, where every word we said was broke. I'd watch you laugh at something else and feel myself dissolve in spells of everything we used to be. It's no longer you and me. We kept pretending we were fine, while crossing every invisible line. We broke without a sound, just a silence growing loud. We passed each other every day, but slowly drifted away. No goodbye was ever found. We broke without a sound. Maybe love doesn't always end with breaking hearts or broken friends. Sometimes it just forgets to stay, and slowly fades away. And that's the part that hurts the most. Not losing you, just loses like a ghost. We broke without a sound, just two shadows on the ground, still pretending we were whole, while we were losing all control. No final scene, no curtain call, just the absence of it all. And now there's nothing left to doubt. We broke without a sound, and in the silence that remains, I still hear what love became. We didn't break the way they do, no shattered glass, no words untrue, just slower mornings, quieter nights, and dimming of the same old lights. We used to fill the smallest space, now even silence knows its place. Between us, like a held back breath that never learned to rest. Nothing ended loud or clear, we just stopped being here. We did dissolve without a sound, no trace side of bed still feels too wide, like something missing lives inside. I reach for warmth that used to be, but only cold responds to me. We kept on talking, kept on near, but nothing ever felt sincere. Like we were ghosts still learning how to act like living now. I can't say when it all went wrong, just that we're already gone. We did dissolve without a sound. No storm, no fire, no battleground. Just gentle fading into gray of everything we couldn't say. I still look for you in air, like you might still be there. We dissolve without a sound, but I still hear it now. Maybe not all love will fall, maybe some just thin through all. Until there's not, we had to live, and I still reach for what we were. In the quiet after her, left no echo, no rebound, just a space where we once burned, a lesson neither of us learned. Now I'm standing where we end, still pretending we're just friends. We dissolve without a sound. In the shape of what we lost, without ever knowing cost. We didn't break the way they say. No final words, no loud display. Just slower mornings, colder eyes, and I'm fine that felt like lies. We still sat close, still shared a bed, but everything we never said was louder than the things we tried to keep alive inside. I thought we were just losing spark, but we were falling in the dark. We ended before we noticed, no moment we could trace. Just a quiet kind of distance that took your place. No goodbye, no final line, just a slow unraveling of time. We didn't fall apart, we drifted. We ended before we drifted. You laughed at things I didn't hear. I nodded just to keep you near. We learned to speak in empty space where love had lost its grace. I'd watch you leave the room each night. I'd walk how the room each night. I'd watch you leave the room each night, like something wasn't feeling right. But neither of us turned around to see what had already drowned. We kept pretending it was fine, while crossing every silent line. We ended before we noticed, like a song that fades away, without a final note to tell us we shouldn't stay. No explosion, no collapse, just a love that couldn't at all. Until there's nothing, we just drifted. We ended before we drifted. We ended before we noticed. And now I wonder when it changed, or if we ever felt the same. We ended before we noticed, in the quiet of our home. We ended before we noticed. We never said our last goodbye. There was no storm, no breaking glass, just a quiet shift from first to last. We used to burn, we used to fly. Now we just pass each other by. No Angus dimming stars and fading light, and what we had had slipped away, like something love forgot to say. I can't point to where it broke. We fell apart so gently, like autumn leaves from trees. No crashing and no final scene, just a slow forgetting of we. It didn't hurt all at once, it learned me piece by piece. We fell apart so gently, it barely looked like grief. We still shared coffee, still shared air, but something missing lived between the stairs, like two ghosts wearing borrowed skin, pretending nothing's wearing thin. I'd watch you laugh, violence underneath, not loud enough to call it pain, but heavy just the same way we just dissolved into a problem never solved. We fell apart so gently, no dramatic last goodbye, just a slow forgetting softly of the reason we once tried. No one noticed, no one knew how quietly we slipped from view. We fell apart so gently, and so did I. Maybe not all love gets loud, maybe some just fade out, like footsteps lost into the wind before you know where they begin. And I still reach for what we were, out of habit, out of blur. We fell apart so gently, like a song without a sound, like a truth we didn't face until it wasn't around. I don't even know the day we let everything decay. We fell apart so gently, we just drifted away. And now I understand too late, some endings don't devastate, they just thought would always stay. We started like a spark in rain, a little chaos, a little pain. Too fast, too bright, too out of place, but I still loved your reckless grace. We knew the rules, we broke them slow, pretended we would never know that every kiss, every mistake, we saw the ending from the start. But still I gave you all my heart. We were a beautiful mistake, a love we knew we shouldn't make. Too fragile for the world outside, too real for us to hide. And even now it hurts to say I wouldn't change a single day mistake that I still replay. You left your shirt, I left my pride. We left too much unsatisfied, but in the wreckage I still see how good it felt to let you be. We burned too close to ever last, but I don't wish away the past, because even broken as we are, you still became my first scar. Some things are meant to fall apart, but still leave marks inside the heart. We were a beautiful mistake, a story love could never fade. We knew we'd crash, we knew we'd burn, but we still chose every turn. And though we couldn't make it stay, I wouldn't have it any full mistake that still won't fade. Maybe love don't need to last to still be something worth the past. Maybe we were never wrong, just a moment too strong. strong, and I still hear you in my mind, in every almost left behind. We were a beautiful mistake, a fragile dream we couldn't take, but in the breaking I still find a love that lingers in my mind. And if I had to choose again, I'd walk right back to where we went mistake, and I'd make it again. Some loves don't stay, they just remain in the beauty of the pain. We danced around the truth like it might break, said we're just fine with every risk we take. Your hand in mine felt too right to be wrong, but we never gave it a name for too long. Late night calls that blurred into sunrise, almost love hiding in your eyes. We built a world we were scared to claim, now I'm the only one left in the flame. We were a what if, a maybe someday, now I'm stuck in the words we didn't say. We were almost something, almost real, almost a forever we could feel, almost every dream I ever knew, but almost never pulled me through. We were almost holding on for life, almost crossing every line. Now I'm left with nothing but the truth. We were almost me and you. You traced my scars like you understood, saying another life, this could be good, but another life never came around. Just echoes of love we never found. I stayed waiting for you to choose, while you had nothing left to lose, and I gave more than you could take, to a heart that would never break. We were a moment we couldn't keep, now you're a memory I can't sleep. We were almost something, almost right, almost a home on lonely nights, almost everything I needed most. Now you're just a ghost I can't let go. We were almost brave enough to try, almost more than just goodbye. Now I'm left with what we couldn't do. We were almost me and you. Maybe if we said it out loud, we wouldn't be strangers now. Maybe if you held me tighter, we could have made it through the fire. But maybe don't all rewrite the past, and almost never seems to last. We were almost something, almost love, almost sent from somewhere above, almost worth the fall I took for you, but almost left me black and blue. We were almost every could have been, and I'm still trying to make it through. We were almost me and you. So here's to all the words we never said, to every tear I still haven't shed. We were almost is all I ever had of you.